Hey guys, Shadi MD, long time no see. Apologies for the delay in videos. I'm actually in the process of moving, or well, did move, so haven't had much time or space really to make videos, but I've been meaning to post this, and it's the first one in my new location, which isn't really set up. It's just a pile of my guitars in an empty space right now, but it'll hopefully look better in time. But anyways, today's video is featuring this really cool Les Paul. Now this is, for those that might not recognize it, a Gibson Les Paul Studio. As you can see, the lack of binding. But what's really special and cool about this one is that it has an Ebony fretboard, which you don't really see on a lot of Les Paul Studios. It's just a guitar I've been wanting for a while. I really like the stripped down look of Les Paul Studios and tributes, and I just really wanted a more stripped down Les Paul for a while. And after many months, this popped up. And what is really cool about this guitar, I didn't even know, is when I went to order it, I saw that it was early 90s, and that was something I actually did want because I was researching online and a lot of people were saying that the early 90s Les Paul Studios are considered some of the best. Now obviously, I've mentioned prior videos, there's good and bad guitars from pretty much every era, so I don't think you can use it as a guarantee to say, oh, any early 90s studio is going to be awesome, but they generally have a good reputation, and it seems like they turned out a lot of good guitars from that time period. So I had in mind that, you know, if I was going to get a Les Paul Studio, ideally I'd want it from that era. And lo and behold, this did pop up. It's a 1990 Les Paul Studio. And as I was about to order it, I saw the serial number, and there was a fun little surprise, which I didn't even realize. So my birth year is 1990, and I thought, oh, that's cool, you know, people get birth year guitars, maybe this will be one of those. But not only was this my birth year guitar, this was actually made, the serial number dates to the same month that I was born that year. So it's my birth month and birth year guitar. In fact, the serial number dates this to just, I think about 10 days before I was born. So I've, for now, nicknamed this guitar Big Brother. But I thought that was a cool little surprise, and maybe I was like, oh, I guess it's meant to be. You know, this is the guitar for me. The early 90s is an interesting era. A lot of people call it the good wood years. Now, I don't know how much truth there is to that. You know, this is all stuff you hear online and speculation, but supposedly early 90s, Gibson was trying to turn over a new leaf. They had been coming out of the Norland era, which wasn't so great for them in terms of sales. They're losing sales with Super Strats and PRS, and they really wanted to, I think, hammer down on the QC and basically outsell their competitors. So supposedly the quality control and overall building quality and just the materials used, everything was just a little bit better and more consistent in the early 90s for that reason. Again, I don't know how much truth there is to that, but that's just what I've heard and read. And of course, when it arrived, plugged it in, and I was shocked at how good the condition was. Now, if you guys look at Les Paul Studios from that era, they're pretty beat up. I mean, they're known to be like kind of workhorses, you know, they're not blingy, you take them out, you gig them. So a lot of them have like a lot of scratches and dents and worn out parts, and it's just really hard to find them in decent condition. And I've seen, you know, early 2000 models in worse shape than this. This, I was shocked at how good it was, considering it's, let's see, just about, you know, over 30 years old now. But basically, this guitar has just a few like nicks here and there. We'll mark there, you probably can't see on the camera. But the hardware is like barely faded. It looks pretty much intact. I mean, there's slight fading there on the screws, you can see there, but other than that, it's in great condition. I mean, there's a little bit of finish cracking along the neckline at the bottom, but if you go here, there's none of that. So this is actually in fantastic condition, especially for the year. It's funny I talk about that, it falls off. Oh man, feeling not good at assessing a guitar. I'm gonna put that back on for now. But yeah, it's overall pretty good, and let's see what else about this that I really liked. I mean, obviously the Ebony fretboard feels amazing. The frets are in pretty good condition. There's a little bit of like fret wear you can see, but they seem to have plenty of life left, like it can bend and everything. No playability issues on it whatsoever. When I did get it, the volume knob on the neck pickup was like standing way higher, and it wasn't the knob, the actual pot was like positioned way high up above the pots from the rest of the knobs. I'll try to post a picture of that here in just a sec so you can see. No idea why that is. I opened up the back cavity, everything looked good, but the store was willing to basically fix it for free, and they did. They just readjusted it, and it's good now, but I guess they didn't attach the knob properly. Anyway, so those are some of the specs on this guitar. Some cool things about these 90s, the 1990 studios. Now, I don't know if this is true, but allegedly these have maple necks. I tried looking in the truss rod cover, but it's painted black, so I couldn't actually see the wood grain. But supposedly, from things I've read on forums, these are Les Paul studios that have maple necks, which I love because I'm a big Norlin era fan. As you know, I have a 1976 Les Paul Custom that I absolutely adore, and that has a maple neck, so I think the maple neck is a bonus for me. I found them a little bit more stable, and maybe it's just an inherent bias I have, but I like that they make them a little bit more unique from your standard Les Paul formula. It's got the 498T, 490R pickups, which are amazing for like high gain and rock tones, and these are actually the same pickups you'll find in the current production Les Paul Customs, which is nice. The Les Paul Studios, and this included, are a little thinner than the regular Les Paul standards, just by a few millimeters. Again, I'll post a picture of that up here so you can see I actually measured it out, because I heard the 90 studios were full thickness, but at least from my measurements that doesn't seem to be the case, but it doesn't really matter to me. I just thought it was a quirky little detail. Anyways, why would I keep talking on and on? I think we should hear how this thing sounds, so let's turn this up here. This is the higher gain tone. Let's see here. Can't not play that on a white Les Paul. Anyways, let's see. Let's hear some more stuff. Keep the dial back just a little. As you can see, this thing rocks. The reason I was playing Def Leppard, actually, if you look at live videos of Def Leppard in concert, especially more recently, you'll see that they're actually playing Alpine White Studio on stage. I thought that was pretty cool. Let's hear some of their tones. Let me go to a slightly lower gain tone here. Let me just change it. All right, so I got a bit of a lower gain tone setting here, so let's hear that. Sounds pretty good. Let's see if it cleans up. This is full volume. Full volume. Now that's actually pretty cool. I don't know if you guys heard it, but I noticed that when I have the volume on full, it's very powerful, but it's a little muffled. But the moment I roll the volume knob back, not only does it get cleaner, there's actually a lot more like clarity, almost treble to the sound, which I actually quite like. So here's on full. cleans. All right, I just changed it to cleans. Let's hear that. That sounds pretty sweet. And yeah, it's just awesome guitar. I'm very excited for this, you know, in the time of trying to save money and, you know, getting the best deals. You know, if you want something like a Les Paul Custom and that has kind of a really nice tuxedo look and sounds awesome and is great for hard rock, I think these are great Les Pauls for the price. I mean, you can still find these for anywhere from like $850 to $1,100 depending on where you look on Reverb. And you know, these are amazing. There's nothing lacking in this compared to my standard or anything else. I love playing this just as much, and it's, you know, literally like a quarter of the cost of a Les Paul Custom and a third of the cost of a standard. Anyways, that's the guitar. Just wanted to share some tones and super excited for this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Definitely tune in for more. Hopefully now that I'm getting a little more settled, I can post more frequent videos. And definitely like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. As always, thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay safe, be well, rock on. Bye.